live from Reno in Nevada. Put your tag team and teamwork skills to the test as we get ready for a gambling fun on another edition of the Chao Speed Whip Series. This is Chao Racing 2019 Week 19 action, featuring our very own tag team buddy guy, the host of Chao Racing 2019, Brandon Shannings. And hello, Reno, Nevada. I hope you're ready for some tag team action this week. And how do you fans up? Welcome to Week 19 of Chao Racing 2019. We have a lovely crowd in the audience, love the track and the stadium today. Always gorgeous weather like always. And Paul, I hope you're ready for another exciting edition of Chao Racing 2019. I sure am, Brandon, and the fans are ready too. Alright then, who do we have for our first race of the day? Well, Brandon, to start our Week 19's action, we have last year's runners-up, Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles against Aaron Miller and Eric Crosby. Our races will be held on the yellow course because that is what we always do for each and every race and each and every week here on Chao Racing 2019 on this lovely program. So, audience, hope you're ready for some exciting action. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And there goes the first two teams of Week 19's action. It's a tag team affair this week because we always enjoy some tag team action in addition to our traditional individual action. Right now the two teams are at the palm trees and a couple of Chao are going west by way. Upset. Yep, the two Chao shake the palm trees and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Alvin Jr. is going west. That means Eric Crosby is going to have the upper hand for Aaron Miller and his team. And where we'll be heading towards next, looks like he's going to be flying towards the water. That's against the ground, everyone. As the first superstar to get speed on Week 19's action is number 1, who is trying desperately to catch up with the crowd. Right now, numbers 2 and 8 are getting left behind competition. Number 2 seems like he's heading for the water. As Chris Uncles takes speed race number 2 of the opening race. Right now, it is Eric Crosby who is trying to defend the lead over the pack in a hurry. He is making his way towards the top of the hill, and that's his cue to move on to the sapphire portion of the course. As the next speed race we made by number 1, that makes his second speed race of the race. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition? It's number 8. That's who. We have passed the 1 minute mark in this race, and who got the next speed race? It's Alvin Jr. And look at this. Look at the competition rapidly catching up to our current leader, Eric Crosby. They're doing their best to survive a top belt in the only one. And it will be number 7 who will get the next command spears. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind on the competition all the way back. Number 2 seems like he really needs some help as well. But which one will get a chance to stay alive in the game? It's going to be number 8 who will get the next command on the speed race. Meanwhile, back in fun, Eric Crosby is starting to get tailgated by both Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles in the freeway battle on the top of the wall. And Chris Uncles is going to mess up as number 8 continues to fight for dear life as he takes back-to-back spears. Now it is Alvin Jr. and Eric Crosby, and Chris Uncles will be bowing for the lead up in the front. As number 1 gets a solid number to the yellow Chao with his first speed race on the race. And there goes Aaron Miller making his way past Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles. Now he has command of the lead. Alvin Jr. trying to make a rally, but I think Aaron Miller is going to get to the finish line first, yeah? As number 8 takes his first speed race on the race, Aaron Miller and Eric Crosby are going to hold on to competition. Aaron Miller and Eric Crosby are our first winners of Week 19's action here at Reno, Nevada. Well done by Aaron Miller and Eric Crosby. Yep, they continue to improve over the past couple weeks. A couple more wins and they'll definitely come back next season. Who is going to prevail in race number 2? Find out after the short word from our sponsor. Alright, now that we're out of our commercial break, let's see what Paul has to say about race number 2. Alright, for race number 2, we have Ralph Dennis at Cedar Falls against the 2017 Rising Stars champion Shane Cunningham and Omar Fire, who is one of the best swimmers of the 48 men's division of the league. So, let's see what happens for race number 2. Everyone is on the clock, and it's best luck to the next 2 teams for victory. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, so Mount Dennis and Pierre Falls are trying desperately to get a win for the season, while Shane Framingham and Norton Finer trying their best to stay alive to come back next season. Who is going to prevail? We'll find out soon enough. And it looks like Ralph Dennis is going to rest. That means he will be right behind in the competition. The other 3 are going to eat the food. And it looks like Shane Framingham is going to have coming on the lead, followed by number 7 second place. Roman Finer and Pierre Falls right on their tail in 3rd and 4th place. And right now the 3 are going to be heading for the divisions. And it looks like Peter Falls is going to be heading for water. And right now number 7 is going to rest. And who is going to get the first P-Bus this time around? It's Ralph Dennis, who just went to rest early on. Now he has a lot of catching up to do anyway. But I'm pretty sure he is going to get the center of the Pierre Falls, trying to get the first win of that tag team season. As the superstar to get Speedless number 2 is number 8, who also really needs help. Now he's trying his best to catch up to Ralph Dennis and number 7 for T-Life. Norman Finer and Shane Framingham are trying their best to catch up to Peter Falls as they make their way towards Top Hill. And Ralph Dennis will get a number 10. That makes his second speed bus to the base. He is cheering on Peter Falls, who has a commanding lead over Shane Framingham and Roman Finer. We have passed the 1 minute mark in his race, and Peter Falls making his way towards the side 5 portion on the air course. As the next speed has been made by the 2017 Monsters champion Shane Framingham. And I think Roman Finer was positive for one. Yep. So he will drop down a couple places. That means number 7 and number 8 will have the privilege to catch up to number 5 in a hurry. But here comes number 5 with the next command speed bus. Meanwhile, Shane Framingham is trying his best to catch up to Peter Falls. Peter Falls doesn't want to let Shane Framingham spoil his first win of his tag team season in the only one. He is now climbing up the wall in kind of moment. And number 5 gets back to max speed bus. And right now, number 8 is not expected to get any home before he climbs on the wall. So he is going to be right behind in the competition all the way back. Just as I expected. Yep, he's not no help at all. Next PS belongs to number 2. He can't forget about going to rest. And Ralph Dennis is going to rest again. So he will drop down a couple places for the second time in his face. But I think he is still going to be happy with Peter Falls up in the front. And Ralph Dennis will get a first speed bus. While Norman Finer up there, he's running out of time. He is trying to make a rally over at the home stretch, but he's not going to have enough distance to make it past from all of us superstars in time. Peter Falls wins Ralph Dennis towards the first victory of their tag team season. And we'll take a look at Ralph Dennis' face smiling for his partner Peter Falls, as this time he goes for a consecutive 9 makes his 4 speed bus in the race. And that's it, as number 8 can't just forget about this race. So, it's a first victory for Ralph Dennis and Peter Falls after 6 long months. That's right, they finally done it, Paul, and we'll have another sign later than these messages. So stay tuned for more Mammal Gamma action here in Reno about it. Do not go away. And now we have Donald and Luke once again taking the field to test their luck and skill. That's right, Donald Reddings and Luke Green will be taking on Andrew Wilson and Marvin Sanderson for race number 3. So this race will decide if they will go to 6-0 or if Andrew Wilson and Marvin Sanderson will be able to get back on track. Let's hope for the very best one of any champions this month on our 2020 Road to Repeat campaign. Best of luck to these 2 teams, and let's rock this place! Alright, Luke Green is bursting one on the house, trying to lift Donald Reddings and Luke Green to a 6-0 this month's tag team action. And right now Luke Green is going to eat the fruit, and there he goes. Now let's watch his partner, Donald Reddings. He is going to eat the fruit as well. The other 2 are also eating fruit, and it looks like Donald Reddings and Luke Green are going to have a 2-on-1 advantage over Marvin Sanderson because Andrew Wilson was dancing to the beat. At number 7, who was just dancing to the beat, when Steven tossed for his face, numbers 2 and 8 are trying their best to catch up to both Andrew Wilson and number 7 in the back. Looks like number 8 is going to be heading for the water. As Speedbus number 2 in his race, will be made by Nominant Marvin Sanderson. Quickly making it to the other side of the water. And right now, Luke Green has a commanding lead over his partner, Donald Mennings. He is leading the defending champions, trying desperately to stay undefeated in a 2020 Road to Repeat campaign this season. Gonna try the best, alright. And here comes Marvin Sanderson with back-to-back spears, trying desperately to get his team back on track. Right now, we're approaching the 1 minute mark. And numbers 1 and 2 are getting left behind for numbers 7 and 8. As the next spears were made by Andrew Wilson. Now he really needs to catch up to do. And right now Luke Green is about to hit the wall. That's his cue to climb up the wall and make it to the top of the waterfall. Good job so far for the defending champions this month. And number 8 will have the next command spears. He leaves poor number 1 in the dust. Poor number 1 is getting left behind. But it's number 2 who really needs some help. He is way behind number 1. In fact, I do believe number 1 or number 2 should get some help. Which one will get that chance? It's number 2. And number 1 passes for 1. And right now it looks like up in the front, Marvin Sanderson is going to rest. So this race is going to be all about Luke Green lifting Donald Mennings to 6-0. And while Donald Mennings passes for 1, Marvin Sanderson trying one last ever stay alive in the next command spears. But it looks like Luke Green is going to lift Donald Mennings to 6-0 this month. They are going to stay undefeated, looking for their second straight tag team title. As Andrew Wilson takes his second speedbus, Luke Green lifts Donald Mennings towards the victory. And they have proved to 6-0 in the 2020 Road to Repeat campaign. Luke Green showing pride and feeling for his fans of himself. And look at this, his partner Donald Mennings for the next command spears passes Marvin Sanderson for second place. Wow, that was good teamwork right there for those 2 superstars. And number 2 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. Alright, so with that win, Donald Mennings now has 19 victories up our sleeve of his 20 races so far. That's right, they made 6-0 this month. We'll see if they go 7-0 next month. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, Bob, who is up next? Next up, we have the Classic Go-Getters, Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider, taking on Danny Frazier and Ryan Christian. The Classic Go-Getters did a very good job winning their tag team race in last month's action. Let's see if they can do it again this month. The players are lined up and ready for another exciting race. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, so the Classic Go-Getters are trying their best to get enough wins to come back next season for Chao Racing 2020. Right now they are facing Danny Frazier and Ryan Christian in this month's tag team action. And right now on the 4, Chao are going to shake the power trees to bring down that coconut and shake fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Ryan Christian and the Classic Go-Getters. Right now Danny Frazier taunts for 1. Ryan Christian trying his best to beat out the Classic Go-Getters. Hurry. And it looks like these 3 Chao will be heading for the water. And oh man, Antonio Bennett went a little too far flying. As the first superstar to get speedbus is Danny Frazier. And right now, number 1 is going west. And so is number 2 all the way in the back. So number 2 really needs a lot of catching up to do. He's going to be heading for the wide convoy as the next generation star, Antonio Bennett, catching up to his partner Chris Schneider, who has speedbus number 2. Ryan Christian trying his best to defend the lead over the Classic Go-Getters as they make way towards top hill. And Ryan Christian is going west. That means Antonio Bennett will have command of the lead, with Chris Schneider making the pass for second place. As the next speedbus will be made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, though, as we pass the 1 minute mark, it is number 2, who's really in danger all the way back. He really needs to get us a speedbus, and I mean now. And he's trying his best, alright. He really needs on my way, and he is going to get the next command on the speedbus. Now trying to catch up to Dan Frazier. Meanwhile, Ryan Christian is starting to feel the groove again. He was going to rest, but now he's trying to battle around with Tony Bennett Christian again. These 3 Chao are going to make their way towards the wall. Which one is going to prevail? We'll find out soon enough. Next speedbus belongs to number 8. That was a good speedbus right now. He got all of that one. Now he will leave Danny Frazier and numbers 1 and 2 in the dust. these 3 child millionaires will have fun in the crowd, and it will be number 1 who will get a chance to stay alive for the next Command PS. And right now, Antonio Bennett and Christian Nano will both win the race. So Brian Christian will have command of the lead for the second time in this race, but I think Antonio Bennett should have a chance with his incredible flying ability. We'll soon know. And number 1 gets back-to-back speeders. And right now it is Brian Christian who is at the home stretch. And take a look at Antonio Bennett flying wild on the aisles. He is making past Brian Christian. And as number 7 takes the next speeders, Antonio Bennett's going to lift Christian Nano towards the victory. The classic go-getters, Antonio Bennett and Christian Nano, prevail over Brian Christian and Danny Frazier. Brian Christian will come in second, and Christian Nano will come in third place. He is going to congratulate Antonio Bennett at the finish line. And we have just enough time for one more speed race on this race, and we may buy number 1, who wins battle with a 4-0 challenge from number 8. So the classic go-getters improved to 4-2. That's right, they're still about 500 for the season, and there's more something coming up. Do not go away. Alright, let's move right along, Paul, to race number 5. It will feature the Miller Traders, Howard and Dave Miller, versus Buster Chavo and Thomas Linklater. And there's a look at the lineup for this next race. All eyes are on the line for these two teams, trying desperately to come back next season, or at least one of them. We'll find out who will get that chance. Please start the race. Alright, so who is going to be the next team to prevail for victory? There's only one way to find out, and it looks like number 7 is quarterback. That means he'll be left behind in the competition. And now number 8 is quarterback, so he'll also be left behind for a while. Right now, the 2 teams are checking the Padres to bring down their coconut fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Thomas Winkler. He is going to have coming out of the lead. Buster Jabo not too far behind second place, followed by Dave Miller and the Miller Traders in third. And it looks like Dave Miller's going to be heading for the water. Buster Jabo decided to pause, thinking about his strategy for a moment. And who is going to get the best speeders this time around? It's Chao Miller and the Miller Traders. He is going to join Dave Miller over at the water, trying to maintain some ground nearly one. And right now, number 1 is also heading for the water. He is getting left behind the competition. Now try desperately to get back in this one. So how Miller got the first speed race? As the superstar to get speed race number 2 is number 7. That should be a little bit of catching up to do for number 7. Now number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. He will join number 1 for D-Life all the way in the back. And we are approaching the 1 minute mark of this race, as the next speed race we made by number 1, who's trying to lead number 2 in the dots for D-Life, and Thomas Linklater is quarterback. So Dave Miller will have command of the lead. That means the Miller Traders now jump up to the lead in the one. But how long can they keep up to the lead ahead of Buster Jabo and Thomas Linklater? We'll find out soon enough how well they'll do in the UE1. And Howard Miller will get another turn. That makes it second speed buzz of the race. Good speed buzz by Howard Miller that time around. And poor number 2 still really needs some help from a speed buzz. But it's Buster Jabo who will get the next command speed buzz as he climbs along. Rapidly catching up to both members of the Miller Traders, Howard and Dave. Howard and Dave and the Miller Traders, and Buster Jabo making their way towards the top of the wall. And Buster Jabo can't forget about Gordon Rest. He takes back-to-back speeders. But can he make the pass with both competitors on the home stretch? We'll find out soon enough. And right now, a couple to Chao are going west. Numbers 1, 7, and 8 to be exact. Number 2 will move up to lead with a 4-7 Chao. And he's doing pretty well indeed. And Thomas Linklater will have the next catch. Yes, and I do believe, yep, Buster Jabo has made the pass from David Howard. Buster trying to wrap things up, but with Dave Miller, according to my calculations, he is going to prevent Dave Miller and Howard Miller from getting back to the lead. Yep. So Buster Jabo and Thomas Linklater are our winners over the Miller Traders. As the last few years of this race, we made my number 1. And a fair of back-to-back spears has helped Buster Jabo and Thomas Linklater beat out the Miller Traders. That's right. Congratulations to that team on job well done. And we'll present the next design race of our Week 19's action after we present one from this. And Paul, how about we do a little bit of a replay like thingy for race number 6? Sure, we don't care who they face, they just want to have fun. Anyway, you'll feature the Lucky Irish, Steve Wigman and Van Marchante against Connor John Owen and OG Upton for race number 6. We figured they make good rivalries. We thought we could do this all over again this month. So, let's see who will win this round of this saga for this current moment. Right now, the Lucky Irish trying to repeat last month's exciting victory. We'll see if they can make it happen. Let's have a Chao race. Okay. So we have a repeat performance from last month's tag team action back in week 16. The Lucky Irish won the first round. We'll see if they can do it again this month. Right now on the 4th Chao are going to check the power tree, supreme known as coconut shake fruit, and it looks like OG Upton was for rest. And right now there goes Steve Wingman and Van Marchante, and they are going to have the advantage because Connor John Owen is dancing to the beat. So the Lucky Irish going for a repeat victory against Connor and OJ this month. And number 1 will get the first POS for this race as Couple Silver Chao and Connor John Owen are going to make their way towards the water. They are going to be swimming towards the other side of the water in between the bridges and the hill. And let's find out who gets POS number 2 in this race. And that superstar to get POS number 2 is OJ Upton, or OG Upton for short. The Lucky Irish trying to do it again against Connor John Owen and OG Upton as they make their way towards the South 5 portion of of course. As we head back into OJ Upton trying to get the revenge this month with Connor John Owen. And right now number 1, as we pass the 1 minute mark, is getting left behind in the competition. As number 2 will have the next command. Yes, Steve McMahon and Van Marchante are trading bleeds neck to neck, trying to hold on to the huge lead ahead of Connor John Owen. They are doing pretty well, alright, trying to come back next season in 2020. And look at this! Van Marchante of the Lucky Irish takes the next command on Speedrush. That was a good Speedrush right now. Poor number 1, meanwhile, Millionaires and Powerbeats getting left behind in the competition. But it's number 7 who will get the next command Speedrush. He also Millionaires help. And right now, Van Marchante is going to make his way towards home stretch. And it looks like Stealing Man and OJ Upton are going west. So Van Marchante is going to have full control of the lead as OJ Upton, or OJ Upton, takes his first speed buzz in the race. And right now, numbers 1 and 7 are going west. So these two Silver Chao are going to be left behind in the competition, especially to number 1 who is getting left behind in the competition. No help at all for number 1 to come on. And Colin John Howard with the next FPS, but I think he has to settle for third place. The Lucky Irish are going to beat out Colin and OJ once again. The Lucky Irish with Van Marchante in first place, beat out Colin John Howard and OJ Upton in another fine victory with style. And number 7 will get the next FPS, and he will leave poor number 1 in the dust as the race comes to a close. So, on a repeat victory for the Lucky Irish over Connor and OJ. That's right, they deserve to be another easy victory over the same opponents. And we'll be right back with the second half after this. Alright, it's time for the second half of the tag team action for the men's division. Let's hear what Paul has to say about race number 7. Alright then, race number 7 will feature Rusty Williamson and Casey Richardson of the Police Joey versus Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe. So we'll soon know if the Police Joey will move up to 6-0 or if Jimmy and Larry will have the privilege to get back on track towards coming back next season. It's good luck to these next two teams on the quest for victory, and here we go! Let's rock this place! And Rusty Williamson is for rest, but his partner Casey Richardson is running wild on the house. He's already at the palm trees, and he's going to bring down that coconut shake fruit. And just a reminder for our Chao Racing fans, make sure to keep an eye out on all of our superstars, because anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe, and that's the motto we follow each and every week. And right now, Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe are going to be battling with number 1 for second place in the morning. They are making their way towards the bridges right now, and it looks like number 1 is going to wrestle. He'll drop down a couple places. And Jimmy Wales is going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar to get speed best is the crime buster policeman, Rusty Williamson. Now catching up to number 8 for D-Life, Casey Richardson, dominating over Jimmy Wales with an easy lead over the competition. And his partner, Rusty Williamson, opens this one up with back-to-back spears, doing his best to lead the police joint to 6-0 this week. And right now it is Larry Monroe who is trying to defend second place over his partner Jimmy Wales. As the next speeders will be made by none other than number 7. Now catching up to number 1 for the lead over the boys who are shot back. Right now, Rusty Williamson is battling with number 8 for 6th place. Number 2 is right behind, trying desperately to catch up with the others in a hurry. And who got the next one? It's Rusty Williamson. Now makes his first race at number 8 twice one more. He is unhappy by noise. The police joey is showing dominating so far, with Casey Richardson already out in the wall, climbing up with all his might and spell for the police joey. And it will be Jimmy Wales who will get the next command appearance, but they need all their help they can get if they want to stay alive for the next season. Point number 2 is getting left behind, and so is number 8. But the next appearance is going to be made by number 1, battling with number 7 for the wheel to force switch out. And Casey Richardson is going to lead the police joint towards the home stretch. I think they should have a chance to go 6-0 this season. No doubt about it. Next appearance belongs to Jimmy Wales. That makes his second speed race on the base, but I think he won't have enough flying distance to catch up to Casey Richardson. Looks like Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe are going to have to settle for another loss. The police joint's going to prove to 6-0 this week. Casey Richardson leads Rusty Williamson towards victory over the police joint. As number 7 will get his second speed race, so the police joint now stay undefeated at 6-0 this month. After the victory against Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe, who will come in 2nd and 3rd places respectively. And Rusty Williamson will join Casey Richardson momentarily with the next command appearance. That makes his 4th speed race of the race. And once he crosses the finish line, he is going to give Casey a high five. And that's it for this race. So you can make it 6-0 for the police joey this month. That's right, Brandon. But what about the rest of the season? Will they make it 7-0 next time? We'll soon know. Lots more fun after these announcements. Okay, Paul, how about we simple it up? Race number 8. I'm with you, Brandon. Race number 8 will feature the 2018 Tag Team Champions, Vince Stason and Glenn Miller. They'll be squaring off against Chao Racing and Alex Mongeson. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the birds. And it looks like Glenn Miller is with us. That means Chao Racing and Alex Mongeson will have a 2-1 advantage on the opening edge. Right now they're going to dominate over the Disney Square Mode. And look at that. Vince Stason is scoreless. So Chao Racing and Alex Mongeson will have full control of this match. Right now Chao and Alex are going to eat food. And there they go. Busting down the line. Alex Mongeson is going to lead Chao Racing towards the bridges. And who is going to get the first speed bus on his face? It's Vince Stason. They both went to rest. And it looks like Glenn Miller was the next going to be. So Alex Mongeson and Chao Racing are really going to have full control of this match. And right now number 1 is going to rest. And number 7 is going to rest. And it looks like Glenn Miller tried to pay off the gamble, but he paid the price. He went a little too far in the circle. As number 8 takes BS number 2 in his face. And guess who took a shortcut? This is why Chao and Alex have the upper hand. Chao Racing has took a shortcut. And now they get it, and now the lead has grown even bigger thanks to that shortcut. They had the upper hand on the start of the race. Now they really have full control of this match. Good job so far. As number 2 release over the force to it now. Takes the next race. That was a good speed race right there by number 2. And right now, number 1 is 7 or 5 with speed race as we pass the 1 minute mark. And it will be number 7 who will get a chance to stay alive with the next command speed race. Right now, it is Chao Racing who has the commanding lead. Meanwhile, Alex Monken is trying his best to defend second place or Vince Jason. And number 1 will get a next command because he desperately needs to catch up every now and then. And I do believe Alex Markinson is going to see him. That means Vince Jason is going to make the pass to move up to second place. And he is going to have the next command because, but this race is only going to be about Chao Racing. He is going to lift Alex Markinson to an easy landslide affair for his team. No doubt about it here, folks. They're going to win this one easily. Next BS belongs to number 1. That makes his second speed buzz in the race. And right now, Vince Jason is not looking so happy. He is going to settle for another loss, ladies and gentlemen. As Moxon up in the back is going to stay away with authority. As Grandma takes on would take the next class BS, but Charlie Payton beats the car and his team is the winner. Alex Moxon was scoreless and his speed buzz was prevented at the last minute. Poor Grandma. Well done, Charlie Payton and Alex Moxon. You guys deserve the victory. As number 8 will get another turn. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. Vince Jason a little bit sad for lost 6 second place. But Alex Moxon is sure going to congratulate Charlie Payton on a dominating victory. He takes third place. As number 7 will get another turn. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. But he has no hope for surviving whatsoever. Number 1 is the real deal who can just forget about this race. Well, we don't have enough time for a speed buzz. That is what we're doing. So, with a dominating affair, Charlie Payton and Alex Moxon move one step closer to coming out next season. Right, Paul? Congratulations to Charlie and Alex. Back from Warzone Action after these messages. Okay, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the races here in Reno, Nevada so far. Paul, let's hear about this next race. Okay, we have the Coconut's 2.0 squad with us. That's Mickey Nelson and Rusty Instant Weeper Yankington. And today they will be facing Trevor Hoffa and Owen Cheston. That's exactly what we have for race number 9 of week 19's action. And it should be a good one. So without further ado, let's have a challenge. Alright, so these two teams are trying desperately to rebound from the tough losses last month. Right now, it looks like Biggie Nelson is one of us, so he will be left behind the competition as well. Let's watch the other 3 challenge to come on. Trevor Hoffa and Owen Cheston have a 2-on-1 advantage over Rusty Jackington to come on. They'll be eating fruit, and there goes Trevor Hoffa. He is going to have command of the lead. Owen Cheston will be battling with Rusty Jackington for second place. And Owen Cheston is for us. And Trevor Hoffa is going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain the ground. As the first superstar to get speed first is number 7. And right now that should move over 2 places that time. And right now number 1 really needs help. He's heading for the water. And number 8 sweeping right now. Now he's pausing for more. Now he is getting left behind in the competition along with Mickey Nelson. Number 8 is really way behind in the competition all the way back. And he will get speed bus number 2. But that didn't help a lot at all that time. He needs more help, but not right now. Right now it is Trevor Hoffa who has a commanding lead over Rusty Jackington as he makes his way towards the side 5 portion of the game, of course. As the next PRS we made by Biggie Nelson. As we pass the 1 minute mark in this race, he is catching up to both Owen Cheston and his partner Rusty Jackington. They are all making their way towards the side 5 portion of the game, of course, right now. Good job so far by Trevor Hoffa leading Owen Cheston towards the victory. And who got next speed buzz? It's number 2, trying to lead desperately over the force to down back. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is all alone in last place. He's getting left behind in the crowd for sure. Well, he's going to need a couple more speed buzzes, and I mean good ones this time, if he wants to get back in this one. And that's one of them. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. And back in front, they are making their way towards the top of the wall. And it looks like Trevor Hoffa is going west. And so is Rusty into Replay Jackington. As the next BS belongs to Ricky Nelson. And it looks like Oleg Justin is going west. So Ricky Nelson will be battling with Trevor Hoffa for the lead. And Ricky Nelson is going west, along with number 2. As number 2 quickly wings up first. Now, with the next SBS, he leads over the course of the job with his second speed bus. And right now, it is Trevor Hoffa trying to wrap things up over Ricky Nelson. I believe Trevor Hoffa is going to lift Owen Jensen towards an easy victory this week. As number 1 takes the next BS, trying to make final with the silver child, Trevor Hoffa leads Owen Jensen over the Go Getters 2.0 squad. They win this one with authority. And number 7 is getting right behind the competition. As the last BS on this race, we made by Rusty into Wimpy Jackington. Trevor Hoffa and Owen Jensen, you've done a mighty fine job in this race, and thus you get the win. That's right, congratulations to Trevor and Oleg, and we'll have another exciting race after this, so stay tuned for one more exciting tag team action. Alright, moving right along to race number 10 of Week 19's tag teams. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 10 will feature the Gundam Star Master Garrett Dayton and the Han Ching Master Edwin Kingsley versus last year's runner-up Joe Rafferty and the Great Woods Charleston. Alright, let's see which team will survive this bout to the finish. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Okay! So these two teams are trying desperately to get wins on the board. They really want to extend the contract for one more season with the Chao Racing roster family. They don't want to wait 2 years for it to be back in the roster. Right now in the 4 Chao, I'm going to eat the fruit. And it looks like number 7 is off and running. And it looks like all 4 Chao are dead to the beat. And number 7 is correct. That means number 1 will have command of the lead. Number 8 will have the privilege to move up. Now the 4 Chao need catching up to do. And it looks like numbers 1, 2, and 8 are all going to rest. As the Great Goose Charleston wins the winning toss, trying desperately to stay alive in the game. And right now number 2 is getting right behind the competition, and he is better to take the water. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by the Gundam Star Master, Garrett Dayton, who just going to rest. I think he needs a lot more help than that if he wants to stuck him to his game. But he is cheering on his partner, Edwin Kingsley, who has a commanding lead over Lewis Charleston at the current moment. And Garrett Dayton will get back-to-back speed bus, but he's still in last place behind the pack. Right now, Lewis Charleston is starting to feel in the groove. He is rapidly catching up to Edwin Kingsley and Haunching Master, and we are past the 1 minute mark of this race. Lewis Charleston trying to catch up to Edwin Kingsley as we head back into Garrett Dayton. He went a little too far. I don't think he'll move a couple places. Right now, he is battling with number 1 and 8 for D-Life. As the next BS win made by number 7. That's a little bit of ground run. Meanwhile, Lewis Charleston is trying his best to defend the lead over Edwin Kingsley at the current moment. And they are approaching one current moment. And who we got the next one? It's number 1, Natsu. And right now, Garrett Dayton's getting left behind competition. But it's Joe Rafferty, last year's runner-up, who is really way behind competition. He might really need some speed bus right now, but I think he is going to hit the wall first. So the next speed is probably going to be Anton Wall, and it will be Edwin Kingsley, the Hurricane Master, who will get that next command as speed bus. Right now, number 7 currently leading over the 4th of a John with 3rd place, and right now he is going west. As number 1 takes the next command as speed bus, that makes his second speed bus race. Yep, number 7 is really going west. And right now, Edwin and Lewis are heading for the home stretch, and it looks like Lewis Johnson will barely make the pass from Edwin Kingsley. Now Lewis Johnson will have to push to defend the lead for the 2nd time in this race. I do believe he is going to hold on to the lead this time. As number 2 takes the next speed bus, Edwin Kingsley will have enough distance to catch up to Lewis Johnson in time. The great Lewis Johnson holds on Edwin Kingsley to lift Joe Rafferty for the victory. Edwin Kingsley will have to settle for 2nd place. And that's going to be followed by number 1 in 3rd place. And that's it, folks. That'll be the end of this race. So, with that miracle pass, it is Chao Racing and Louis Johnston who won the bout at the very end. So they deserve the victory, right, Brandon? Right, coming up, we got more exciting action for you. But first, have a look at this. Alright, folks, coming up in the next segment, we will watch Raymond Hill and Michael Grayson go for their third and final tag team honors. And if they win tonight, we will have two new teams for next month's tag team main event. That's very important indeed, and we'll decide if they will make it happen or not. But right now, let's worry about race number 11. And for race number 11, we have the Warriors brothers, Eddie and Owen, against Joshua Salmore and Zach Orson. Congratulations to these two teams on an impressive victory during last month's tag team races. Now, let's find out which one of them will keep up with our winning streak this month. So, without further ado, it's best of luck to these two teams on the quest for victory. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! Here we go. And we're off and running with race number 11 here in Reno, Nevada for the tag team exhibition play. The next two teams are going to make their way through the Reno path, and now they're approaching the palm trees. They're going to bring down their Queen that shape through. Look at the fans on the stands doing the standing ovation for these superstars. And right now, Zach Orson and Owen Warriors of the Warriors brothers are going to be bowing formally up in the front. Where will this child be heading? It looks like Zach Orson is going to be heading to one wire. So what you can expect to make it to the other side real quickly. And who is going to get the first B-bus this time around? It's Eddie Warriors of the Warriors brothers. Now he's heading for the wire, trying to maintain the crowd in the other one. Look at that. Zach Orson has already reached the other side of the water, and now he is making his way towards the top of the hill. Good strategy so far by Zach Orson. So Eddie Warriors got the first speed bus on his race. As the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is number 8, who is trying desperately to catch up with number 7. And right now Eddie Warriors is going last. Now again, number 1 and number 8 some time to catch up a little bit. As the next BS we made by number 7. He also really needs help. And right now, Owen Warriors is trying his best to catch up to Zach Orson. Joshua Salmore cheering on Zach Orson with all his spirit and teamwork that he gave him during the training camp. And who got the next command BS? It's number 1. He leads over the 4 Silver Challenge back with 5th place. The other 3 Silver Challenge numbers 2, 7, and 8 are battling for T-Life all the way in the back. We passed 115 as of right now. I do believe one of those 3 Silver Challenge should get in the next command BS. So which one of them will get a chance to stay alive in the next command BS? It's number 7 who gets it. That makes it second BS of the race, and down goes number 8 for the count. Zach Orson is making his way towards the town wall, and there he is. And Zach Orson is going last. As number 8 will get number 10. That makes his second speed bus of the race, and he is trying to lead numbers 2 and 7 in and us. Oh, and down goes number 7. That's just cross the attach. Number 2 is not looking so happy. He decided to try for one, and they're going to hit the wall first. So no help for I-1 Silver at all. Next BS belongs to Owen Warriors of the Warriors brothers. And right now, Zach Orson is at the home stretch, and there he goes once again with his incredible swimming ability, and he does it. Zach Orson lifts Joshua Salmore for the victory over the Warriors brothers. Another fine victory for Joshua Salmore and Zach Orson this month, as number 7, who continues to fight for D-Line, takes his first B-Bus on the race. Joshua Salmore joins Zach Orson momentarily to give out the congratulations and the send-off. And who got the next B-Bus? It's number 2. Trying to desperately catch up. Owen Warriors came in second, followed by Joshua Salmore in third, and Eddie Warriors will settle for 4th place. So, Joshua Salmore and Zach Orson will lead us to the exciting main event coming up in the next segment. That's right. Who will triumph in this month's exciting tag team main event for week 19? Find out after the break. Okay, fans, it's time for week 19's main event here in Reno, Nevada. And who do we have again, Paul? It's our 2-time returning champions, Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton, versus Corey Chichester and JJ Nehemiah. This month's main event is presented by ShopRite. see where quality comes present from each and every business on saving groceries and money at your nearest ShopRite supermarket near you. And right now, the two teams are one remaining to go. Who is going to prevail in our main event? We're about to find out right now. Let's have a Chao Race! Alright, so we're underway with Week 19's main event here in Reno, Nevada. These two teams trying to gamble to win hunt, especially for Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton. They're trying to gamble with all hunt to make it 6-0 this month. Right out in the four Chao gonna check the palm trees, so putting down that we're gonna check fruit, and now they're gonna eat the fruit, and it looks like Raymond Hill is dancing to the beat. And there goes the other three Chao along with number 8. They're really bowing for the lead up in the front. They are now making their way towards the bridges and the catamaran. And it looks like Michael Clayton at number 8 are going west. As the first superstar to get speedrunners on Week 19's main event presented by ShopRite Supermarkets, it's JJ Nehemiah. And right now, guess who else is going this week? It's number 1 and number 2. So these two super Chao will be left behind in the competition for a while. Now they're trying their best to stay alive in the game. As number 7, who leads over the 4-7 Chao, takes speedless number 2 of this main event. And right now it is Raymond Hill has a commanding lead over Corey Sanchester. He is making his way towards the top hill, and once he passes flags, he'll move on to the southbound portion of the inner course. As the next speedless we made by Corey Sanchester, as we pass the 1 minute mark, trying desperately to catch up to Raymond Hill, trying desperately to end the undefeated run tonight. And right now Michael Clayton trying his best to cheer on Raymond Hill. They don't want to sell for a loss, they want to sell for 6-0 this month. Right now he is battling with JJ Nehemiah for third place, as he will have the next command viewers. Core number 1 meanwhile is getting left behind on the competition, and number 2 possibly. So he'll also be left behind the competition. Which one will get viewers to stay alive in the game? It's number 2. So here we born number 2 and us. JJ Nehemiah is going west. And right now Raymond Hill is making his way towards the town wall. Michael Clayton trying his best to beat out Corey Sanchester for second place. And it will be number 2 who will get into it now. And right now, number 1 is still angling, waiting for his speedbus before he hits the wall. Will he get a speedbus before he climbs up the wall? He gets one. That he's trying to stay alive in the game. I think he needs a lot more help than that much thing. Back with fun, Raymond Hill trying his best to defend the lead over Corey Sanchester and his partner Michael Clayton. We'll see which team will come up on top in the home stretch. Next PS belongs to Chao Racing, Michael Clayton. But I think, yep, Corey Sanchester might be able to end Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton's undefeated run this week. As number 1 takes in second speed bus of the race, we're going to have a stunning feat this month. Corey Sanchester and JJ Nehemiah are the new tag team of our artists. They end Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton's undefeated run this month. What a deal by Corey and JJ. As number 1 is going to close this one out with back-to-back speedruns. So, we will see Corey Sanchester and JJ Nehemiah next month for another tag team main event. That's right, congratulations today to those two Chao. Back for the women's division after these messages.